So boys,
Sup, boys?
we're in the
Sup, boys?
basement. We're gonna film a quick sit down with the pool
Yes, sir.
around the view.
Alrighty, so, yeah, like Sebastian said, we are under the, no, we're under the pool. We're kind of under the pool right now, so the blue you can see right there is the glass to the actual pool. We've got a sauna, steam room in front of us, and a salt bath over here, so we're just underneath the house at the moment. Pretty cool.
You guys are laying down, huh?
Yeah?
You're comfortable for the interview?
Sit down, bro. Sit down.
See the setup?
I think-
Way too good to not lay down, bro. Come on.
Yeah. I think this might be the craziest house I've ever been in. Yeah, let alone seen, probably.
This is, yeah, honestly, because the thing is with this house, it's the location one, the view from the front, the view from the back, the fact that we have an insane pool, and then this little area underneath. It has a lot of
And the house itself
Points.
is fucking sick as well. Like just the architecture on it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's good.
You know it's a good house when they don't have to make it too big. It's just every single detail is just on point. We
It's
got
so
a
funny to
salt
see.
bath.
Like this is one of the most funny things I've seen. Like since we got here, like just like the different reactions of people when they get here. It's like we were so hyped when we first got here, and then it's like then Quinton and Andre came in. They were also like hyping, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you see some guys like they're trying to play a little cool, but it's like. They fuck with it, It's so funny. It's just like it's such an impressive house. Really.
I was thinking about that today as well. Like, I don't know if you want to get to like anything in a materialistic manner, like a tangible. Fuck, I gotta read it. No, but I was saying like anything that's like materialistic. If you get around like a tangible item that you wanted for a while, like how do you react? I feel like it's okay to get like. I didn't even get pumped about like the house and the fact that all of us guys are in this crib. It's more about I just felt like the inner kid in me just wanted to not work and just jump in the pool like for 5 days straight. So, but also like in the cars, like I don't know. It's kind of a weird dynamic because you work so hard to get to a point where you can afford certain things, and then when you get there, you're trying to play cool because the person that achieves those things doesn't freak out about it because it's natural. But it's like, why do you even get the things in the first place? Or we work so hard to get to a certain point, and then when we get here, we just keep working. I think we gotta zoom out sometimes and just see like.
You said it you said it so good. Like yesterday, it was like at this point, like why are we even working? Like when we're here, like why do we work? Like we just like we got the house, we got the view. Like we're just here. We can just suck it all in, pause, and then we can just like. Fuck. No, we can just like fuck. How do I say it in a non-gay way? Fuck. I'm gonna just say, hey,
try your way.
no homo. We can just suck it all in. Fuck.
Appreciate it.
We can appreciate it and just like enjoy the stay here, because like we don't like we've already done the work. Like we're here, It's like why do we keep working while we're here?
Yeah.
And that's just like it's hard to put that into words when you put it that way. Like why do we actually do it?
So I think, like obviously we don't live here, but just being here for like even a week, enjoying the fruits of our labor, right? We've put in months and months of work to come to this one point where just having like a week or two to really just appreciate everything that we've worked so hard for, and like us being here is like it manifesting into reality, if that makes sense. Like obviously after this trip we're gonna go home, we're gonna be in our houses, in our rooms, just lock in, right? And there's no opportunity like this at home. So why not just be here, be present, sit in the moment, feel the breeze, drive the car, just look at the stars, because we're in Cape Town. And, these guys are not much, but these guys are younger than me. Like, when are they going to be 18 and 19 with a bunch of other guys in Cape Town, in a completely different country, continent ever again? Like, and same for me, right? I'm all the way across the world. It took me 28 hours.
You're not old.
I'm not old, but like it took me 28 hours to fly here. Well, total travel time. And why would I just keep working and not making the most of this experience?
And to add to that, it was kind of like we were talking about in the other house. It was just like, you know, this is really like a point, like when you're sitting in this house, when you're sitting in this couch upstairs, you're looking out of the pool, you're looking out the view, you see the mountain, you see the crazy architecture inside the house, and like all the boys. It's just like, it's really, like in that moment, you can actually think, okay, like, shit, I've got it all, you know? Like you've got the money in the bank, it's not, you know, it's not 100 million in the bank, but it's still money. And you're sitting there and you have this crazy house, this crazy view. You're in Cape Town on the other side of the world for all of us. And it's like, damn, you know, you can really like, as we talked about, you can really actually just sit, because that's so hard when you're at home and when you're in your room and just thinking like, damn, you know, I already have it all. I don't need anything more. That kind of mentality. But like here, you can actually really like soak that in and just be like, yeah.
It's like you live it here.
Yeah, we actually, you know,
You experience
we experience it. We're here doing it. You know?
I think I told you in the car as well. I don't know if I said it before the camera cut off, but it's like I feel like we all gotta zoom out sometimes, because the goal of all of this is just to have a great life. Like we think that I'm ashamed to say it, but some of us people really think that the money is the end all be all. It's just a byproduct, that it's just the resources that gets us a great life. Like money is very hard to measure. Like we can sense that all of us guys are making good money by doing something that we love and all of that. But at the same time, it's like I can't see it. Like you don't have your, like the only thing that we can actually measure is like tangible items, and then travel, being around guys like you. And so like at the end of it all, like if you live 100 years, the only thing that's really gonna matter is, did you have a great life? Did you actually like, are you proud of the way you experienced your existence and the people that you got around and everything? And so I think we're just too zoomed in sometimes. Like yeah, we gotta make more money. We gotta get this house. We gotta film content. We gotta like get new ad creatives. We're like so zoomed in on like stuff that are just the resource and the material of like the great life. But like sometimes we just gotta take a day off and just fucking jump in the pool and like teach you guys backflips and like.
And that's why I want to go. That's like I want to go with you in the Porsche so bad, because like I just realized like I was just driving it like a couple hours ago when we were driving to get food, and like I was just with the boys in the car, and I was driving, and like, you know, I just, you know, fucking felt the throttle and like everything, and it's such a fun experience. You know, all the boys are like shouting in the car because it's so fast and it's so much adrenaline and everything, but like then it's so crazy that you do that and like you're having so much fun with the boys in like a sports car, but you still, the first thought that comes to your mind is just like, yo, can somebody like get a clip of this of me driving the car and stuff like that. And it's like, that's such a perfect moment to just like kind of just take it all in instead and just like be like, damn, like this is actually what you kind of dream about doing, you know, like be with the boys in the supercar. And it's so fun. Like if all of us just like had to stop working and like just had money, that's probably what we would do. Like we would go ride supercars and sports cars with the boys, you know. Like that's what we do for fun.
A great analogy, which we usually talk about when we're out like for a walk, like if you're alone on this planet by yourself for a week, what would you do? Because if you ask yourself that question, then you actually realize like what is actually fun to do. Like bro, like everything we actually like. If you ask yourself that question, I'd like eat good food. Race supercars by myself, and then like go on a jet ski. Like that's what I would do. Like what can you actually do? Like fun, like gets you like adrenaline for yourself. Like what would you do? Like everything you do is to be around other people. And so like it's like,
and like that what what I usually say at that question is exactly what I'm doing right now. Like I'm just like, yeah, I would eat good food, I would drive fast cars, and I would chill in nice villas. That's literally what I said when we talked about this first time. I'm literally in a super fucking nice villa. We've got a Carrera S parked up front, and we've got fucking Kauai 15 minutes away, you know? Steak and all quesadillas, we got pizzas, we got fucking, you know, everything. So it's like, fuck, man. You need to enjoy it, bro.
So something, I guess, along the lines of like just sitting and appreciating, like just sitting in the car with the boys is like, for me recently, a lot of what I've been trying to do is be more present. and conscious of what I've already achieved, and not really like be so pulled into like the content and everything, like getting reels, getting clips for anything. Like I was sitting in the Porsche with Sebastian earlier, and I was just trying to feel everything, like really experience the car itself. Like obviously you drive it, it's a great car, but like I was trying to how do you say it, like I was feeling every single little surface just to like really soak it in and feel like this is what I deserve, this is my life already. It's like this is normal to me now, so I wanted to just feel it, like this is an everyday thing. I'm used to this being here. I'm used to the not being here. I'm used to the little tab being right there, right? And just having the sensory feeling of that. I think that's why I wanted to, even have this car for the day. It's just experiencing the life that you should be experiencing ahead of when you actually have it, if that makes sense. So like every experience that I'm having right now, I'm trying to really soak it in as much as possible, sit and just breathe and like understand that I am in this place, I'm in a different country because I've worked to be here, I'm that guy. I'm driving this car, although it's a rental, to experience it so that I know exactly what it's like when I have it a couple months later down the line. And it's just really sitting there, breathing it in, smelling what the steering wheel smells like, the seats smell like, how does it feel on your body, all of that kind of stuff. I've really been trying to appreciate things like that. Like I look outside and I just look at the stars like, damn bro, like I'm really here,
Yeah, and like it's so interesting, I think, because like as I said, like when I was just upstairs and I watched the videos of me from like when I was driving the car, it's such a surreal feeling, like watching those kind of videos and like all the pictures and everything we've taken with the villas and everything. That is something that's like, it's really like proper touched me. Like it's crazy because it's crazy. No, but like it's touched me. Yeah, pause. But fuck, no, but actually though, because like I see that video of me driving the Porsche and I know what car it is, and like this is something like this exact image I've seen so many times in my head before, and like I've thought about it so many times. I spec'd countless Porsches on their website, like configured and now you're just sitting there driving, and even though it's a rental, like the experience of being in that car and driving it is the exact same of when you own it. So like it's just like another way of just being in touch with that person that, as you said, a couple of months down the line has that car and drives that car on the daily. And like it's just like bridging the gap between those two when you do this. And like that's where you get so much motivation for it as well, because you're like, fuck, like this is really who I am. Like I'm doing this. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna own this.
Bro, do you feel like we talked about this earlier today, like do you feel like a lot of motivation comes from being that guy?
Yeah.
You said, like, I feel like, to be honest, sometimes it sounds kind of bad, but sometimes I think about it, I'm like, that's genuinely me, to be honest. Like, ever since I was like 6 years old, I just wanted to be like, just fly as a human being, like in general. Like, that's kind of, I kind of, like, every way I moved was just like, because I wanted to, like, I felt like I deserved to be somebody that like I looked up to. Yeah. Like, I just wanted to be a guy that like I'm proud of in one sense, but also just like you only have one life. Like sometimes I feel it's okay to just like pursue the nice car or the nice watch or the tangible items. Like it's fine, and not that you should put those things on a pedestal or like worship those things, because that will tear you up as a human being. But like,
it's just being that guy.
Yeah. We're also boys. Like it's fine. You know?
Like, it's part of the man experience.
Yeah. So it's just like being that guy. Because when you're that guy, you make the decisions that guy makes. You take the actions that guy takes. Yeah. And then as a byproduct, you have the money, you have the cars, you have the houses, all of that kind of stuff. But that only comes from being first. So I think the saying goes like, be, do, have. Yeah. Right? And a lot of people think that you have to have the thing first and then do what that person does to be that person. Yeah. Right? But in reality, you have to be that person mentally first. You have to, even if you're broke, you have to be the guy who takes risks, who pays for things with, you know, like them being an investment, right? You have to think about things as investments. Even if you don't have the most money, you have to just think, okay, cool. What would me in the future, or, you know, the 2.0 version of me do in this situation to get where, you know, that person is already? Like, I have to make this investment and I can make it back, right? You have to be that person first before you can ever have anything. Like the thing that I say is that you have to have it in your mind first, in the mental plane, and then once you take the actions from what you're telling yourself in the mental plane, the physical plane and your physical reality will eventually manifest itself in the next couple months and years. Like, you really have to have it in your head and believe, like, I already have this, I have everything, you know, I am that guy already, and then trust me, like,
That's probably one of the most, if I can just hop in quick, like that's probably one of the most real things I've heard, and probably one of the top 3 like advices I've got in my life. And it was like, I remember, Sebastian, we were on a walk like 2-3 years ago, something like that, and it was just, you told me about, you know, if you guys know the artist Russ, that he talked about that on a podcast. Like, because we were really heavy in the like manifestation stuff and just visualizing stuff, and then you just said to me that he had said that on a podcast, that like, instead of like, when you try to visualize and when you try to manifest, instead of like just looking at things you want and like being like, shit, I want this really, really bad, and just like really aching towards having it, you just start acting like the person who already has it. And like, in that moment, I still remember the moment so vividly. Like, when Sebastian told me this, I was like, damn, that makes so much sense. And like, that's something I've been trying to, like, you know, really, really apply in my life a lot, and it has helped a lot. Because like, it's just, everything comes from within, from the start. It's like, the way you look at yourself is the way ultimately everybody else will perceive you. Like, other people can't perceive you in a way that you don't perceive yourself. You have to, like, you know, you have to love yourself first before anybody else can love you. You have to think highly of yourself before anybody else can think highly of you. You have to respect yourself before anybody else can respect you. So just like really embracing that, you know, you are the person that you need to be, and really acting in accordance with that is really what's going to take you to where you want to go.
Yeah. Oh, Russ is a G. Like, if you listen to his music, like both, if you guys listen to the rapper Russ, like, both his way of just explaining everything in the music, but also interviews, like freestyles, everything that guy just understands the principles of success. One guy that I really look up to and just like have figured out life in a way for himself. Like, he just understands it. Like, he documented his entire journey and just thought back and iterated the entire process. Just inspiring to see. Like, if you guys that are watching this are at 0, even if you visualize the version of yourself that makes 20K a month, which is not a huge amount of money, like, us and most of the guys in this villa have already surpassed that number. Like, if you can visualize yourself as that person and actually do it, like, not just for one part of the day, like, actually walk around and see yourself as a person that makes that type of money, whether it's you're serving 20 clients or you're serving 3 clients a month, just walk around. How would that person go about his day? He wouldn't wake up without making his bed. He wouldn't wake up at 10:30 in the morning without an alarm. Like all these small things they can think about. He wouldn't stand in the shower for 25 minutes. Like, all these small things. If you can visualize yourself as somebody that already does those numbers and lives that life, then you're going to be there, because reality just catches up to the character that you're becoming. So, and it's like Jonathan said, like, manifestation is not about visualizing who you're going to be in the future. It's believing that you already are that person. Because as I told you 2 days ago, it's nothing as permanent as the present. You will always you only live in the moment. You will never live in the future. You will never live in the past. But all we think about is the past and in the future. Like, oh shit, in 2 years I'm gonna make 500K a month. Like, that version of yourself in 2 years is still gonna be you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't perceive yourself any other way than you right now. And so if you can't believe that you are a person that makes that type of money in this situation, then it's never gonna happen.
Yeah. So I heard this from one of my friends, Harry, about 3 weeks ago now. He said that everyone knows the infinity symbol, right? And this is to do with time. Everyone knows that, it goes around, and that's essentially what time is, right? Time is infinite, and to be honest, time is not really real, if that makes sense. Like, you see the infinity symbol, right? It crosses at one point, and that middle point is the present, which is now. But it's all connected, right? The present and the future is all the now moment, if that makes sense. Like, none of it in the future is like different from who you are now. Like, that's why being is such an important thing, because in that middle, you who is being the person now, it carries on and is connected to who you are right now. And the same is the past, right? Like, who you are right now is dictated by what actions you took in the past, what your beliefs were, what decisions you made. And so everything comes down to now, and what are you going to do now to achieve what you want to achieve tomorrow. Like Sebastian was saying, like the traits and the character of a person who achieves a certain level of success, right? And I can say it for myself, like, I haven't necessarily acted as if I was at a certain level, the next level, right? But all it takes is me acting like that, taking the actions that, the 2.0 version of me now would actually take.
Yeah.
And I think like there's so many people that get it wrong, and like you always see this on, and this is something like I'm very passionate about it, because I really think like that quote that you told me from Rush really like changed the trajectory of like my life essentially. And like people just see these like fucking girls on TikTok talking about, oh, I'm gonna manifest my husband and all this shit, and like manifestation has gotten such a bad like explanation in the world. People just think manifestation is wishful thinking. They just confuse the two of them. Like, just because you think about something and wish you had something doesn't mean it's gonna come true. The way the manifestation works and why it works and why it's a real thing is because like when you think about something and when you really engulf yourself in the thoughts of the person that you want to be, you are going to start acting like that person, as we've just talked about. And by acting as that person, you're going to manifest the actions of that person in the real world, and that means that that person is going to, eventually be in the real world as well. Like, manifestation without action is nothing, because thoughts and imaginations can't actually manifest inside of the physical plane without an action behind it. And that's why manifestation works, because when you think about something a lot and when you actually like really, as I said, engulf yourself in it, you will start like subconsciously acting in that way. And that's why you can actually, from just thinking about something day in and day out and day in and day out, actually start acting like that, and then it can manifest itself. But the cheat code and the faster way to do it is being conscious of like that's how it works. Like being conscious, like what I think manifests as actions, and that manifests as my lifestyle basically. So just being conscious of that and just changing your thoughts to directly acting like the person you want to be, and it's going to manifest so much quicker inside of the physical realm.
The thing is also, if I told somebody that they needed, within 6 months from now, they needed to make $1 million a month profit in 1 month, 6 months from now, or I'd kidnap their kids, which is an analogy Andy Elliott uses. Like, you always come to the conclusion that if I told you that, you would make it happen. If I told you in 6 months you need to jump backwards up of Empire State Building or I kidnap your kids, you'd be like, fuck, I'm not gonna do it. Like, that's impossible. You cannot do that as a human. So, but if I told you you're gonna make $1 million a month in 6 months, or I kidnap your kids, you would find a way to do it. And it teaches us that it is possible, and it is already in you as a person. It is in you as a person to make that happen. It's just, what's your reason for it? You need a why. Like, we're comfortable as human beings. We're used to running around, and as long as we got food, then we're chilling. Like, that's what we were programmed as human beings. Like, a few hundred years back, running around, and as soon as we got food on the table, not even roof above our heads. Like, people used to sleep in the grass, but as long as they're like fed, they're good, then like we don't have anything else to do. And here we're sitting filming a podcast in like a big villa in Cape Town, and like we don't have any reason to do anything naturally. We have to push ourselves to do things. And so I think being uncomfortable, that's why we you know, that's why people wake up in the morning and take cold showers and go for a run and go gym, and like all of these things is just programming your mind to say like you actually have to instill hardship in your life, or you're not gonna amount to anything.
No.
So that's important.
No, yeah, hardship is it's a core aspect of growth. Like you can't grow if everything is just comfortable and as it is. Like it just doesn't happen. You have to, like either you have to have your circumstances force you to grow and force you to have hard times and force you to take certain actions, or you just have to force yourself. And that just comes down to the situation that you're in, but also who you are as a person. Like all of us, for example, we talked about this with a bunch of the other guys. Like all of us come from pretty much similar living situations. Like before we started making money, and like all of us could have gone down a traditional path pretty easy. Like we had a whole life laid out for us if we wanted it to, but we were like, nah, fuck that. Like I want to grow. I want to do something more. I want to do something bigger and better. So like we all had to instill that in ourselves. Like we have to actually chase after hardship to actually be able to grow. Some people, they're just born into a situation where things are just hard and they naturally grow as a person. So it depends on your circumstance and like where you're at, like how you actually embrace growth.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that I think is great about what we're doing here over the past 2 weeks and even just right now is number one, being in the right environment, and number two is being around the right people. So the fact that we're even here in Cape Town is us getting uncomfortable. Like we have never been to this country, right? It's completely like new people, right? We have to speak to people. Like before this trip, I didn't know these guys at all, right? And it's a level of discomfort having to meet them, getting to know them, talking with them, right? And then eventually becoming friends. And that's the same with every single other person here. Like before this trip, I didn't know a single other person who's here right now in person at all, right? But I had to come here. I put myself into this environment where it's just designed for growth, right? In your hometown, you know everyone, you know all the places to go, you speak the same language. There's a certain level of comfort that comes with just being where you are. And so putting yourself in a situation where everything is completely new, you have to make things work, right? No matter what the situation is, you have to find a solution. I think that's extremely important. Just putting yourself in the right situation and then being around the right people. Like, just being around these guys challenges me and pushes me to do more with my business as well, because they all have, a certain level of success. They're doing certain things that are different from me, and we can all get ideas from each other as well. But it actually pushes us to do more and to find the next solution to get to the next level as well.
Yeah.
Like, bro, being here in Cape Town has pushed me so much. Like, we literally just talk to random people on the street to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do it personally, but these guys and the other guys here went up to girls in Cape Town to invite them to a party, right? That's not necessarily to get girls or anything. It's just to get out of your comfort zone, right? Do as much, we call it cold outreach as possible. But essentially, it's just like going up to a complete stranger, having a conversation with them, trying to attract them, right? To take a certain action and get really, really uncomfortable. Like, it is insanely uncomfortable to talk to a stranger, let alone a stranger in another country. And for us guys, talk to girls, right? We can do it easier with guys, but talking to girls randomly, like on the beach, in a restaurant, it's a lot of discomfort.
Yeah, but then you also realize, like, you walk up to 2-3 people and you realize that, like, fuck, this is really not much to it. It's so easy. And then you realize, and then you do it to more people, and all of a sudden you've approached like 50 girls at the beach, and then you start to question, like, what else feels uncomfortable that isn't uncomfortable whatsoever?
What were we even scared of?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's just like, it's all...
Bro, you fucking speak, eh?
Yeah. But like, it really is, because like, that's, as he said, like, you just go up to the first one and then it's not like, you know how uncomfortable it was for me to send my first cold DM to somebody?
Yes.
Like, bro, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are they gonna say? Like, what are they gonna think of me? Is this a shit way to outreach people? Da. Now, bro, like, I send 500 cold DMs a day, bro. Like, and I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And like, that's the way with everything. Like, you just have to be comfortable with like being uncomfortable. That's the truth. And like as Ibrahim said, like it's not like comfortability is just knowledge. Like, you know, when you know a certain situation and when you know a lot about it and you know the circumstances, you're comfortable in that situation. And I think going back to what you said, like with just being here, like one of the other things that's impacted me as well is just like accountability. Like if you are at zero and you're like fucking around and you're doing nothing and you're just in your hometown and you come to a place like this, that behavior is just not gonna fly, bro. Like it's just not. Like you, like with everybody working like at least like 3-4 hours a day. Probably we work a little bit less when we're here because we, you know, as we talked about, enjoy the moment and we enjoy each other's company. And pause again. But fuck. But you know, but like we work like, you know, 3 to 4 hours. Like if you just came here, you didn't have a business, you didn't do anything. Like at the end of a week of being like one of the retreats, you're probably like you probably run a business by then because it's like everybody around me is doing this. Like I can't just do it. Nothing. Yeah, it really is like osmosis. You just open up and you just let everything in. Like you just yeah, it really kills comfort, but it also creates comfort in a way. Like it kills the comfort you had in your own situation because it's discomfort, like coming to these places, but it's also, once you get used to it, it's a new level of comfort. Like now you're comfortable at a higher level. Yeah. And like that's just, you want to keep doing that. You want to keep being comfortable at higher levels and keep being comfortable at operating at higher speeds. That's really just what it comes down to.
I wanted to go back to cold outreach as well. Cold outreach is interesting. If you do it by yourself, cold outreach is very easy to take personal. If you write a message, they respond badly back, it's very easy to think that they're speaking directly to you as a person, and you get offended by that message back. I think when you set up a system with people that do it for you, with growth specialists, VAs, operational managers that can take care of everything, you look at it more as a system. Because you're sending out volume and you know that for every 100 messages that you send out, you're going to get this many responses, this many appointments booked, this many qualified appointments, this many sales, essentially. So, and you just build up proof of concept over time. But you got to realize that they're not speaking to you directly. They're just speaking to, at this moment, I'm not hungry. I don't need a solution. And so you just know that out of every 500 people that you reach out to, you're going to get this output. It's all about inputs and outputs. And it's also, I've said that a long time, usually you as a business owner start out by reaching out, booking the appointments, making sales and closing deals. If you can cut that process, that money-driven process in half, and the appointment setters take care of reaching out and booking appointments, and then you take on from there, or you're closer, and they get on the sales call and close those people, then the money-driven process is shorter for your appointment setter and it's shorter for you as well. So you start during the sales call and you close. That's a short process for you to go from zero to making money. Your appointment setters start in the DMs and they reach out and they get paid as soon as they book the appointment. And so they'll be more motivated to book in appointments because they get paid once they book the appointments. We're not motivated to book appointments because we get paid once we close the deal, which could be 3 weeks later. These people, appointment setters, they get paid as soon as they book the appointment. It could be a day.
Exactly.
So the latency is also shorter. So I think you just learn business after a while and you systemize everything.
I've actually not heard it that way before, but like the latency, the latency between like when you take an action and then you receive the result of that action, it really shortens it when you have a team working together. And I never thought about it that way, but it makes a lot of sense. That's why people are so motivated to really crush it in a certain position, because they know that's all they have to focus on. And then because of that focus, they can get quick results for both the business and themselves, right? That's really cool. Like an appointment setter can, set an appointment and get paid straight away. A closer can just take 1 hour on a sales call, close that, and take commissions off it.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And so just to go back to the whole like being a volume game thing, and not kind of getting stressed about what is the response from a lead going to be. I heard this from one of my I guess you could call him a mentor a couple months ago, but he said like business is a game of maths over drama, and what that essentially means is look at the data instead of being emotional about it. So like being emotional, for example, is, getting a bad response from a lead and taking that personally, right? But now if you do 1,000 messages, you can look at what the responses are. You can look at the data, like how many people are responding to a certain message, what is that message, and now, okay, so 50 people have responded out of 1,000 messages, 25 have responded positively, so how can I increase the positive response rate? And now you just look at it as data. It's math. It's no longer an emotional, like an emotional situation. You don't have to care about, this person said, no, you suck to me, right? Because what is it? Like 25 other people have said the exact same thing. And you realize like, this is just a numbers game. It's just people, right? This is nothing personal at all. And that goes for everything in business and in life as well. Like when it's only one instance, you really internalize it and kind of like demonize yourself over that one situation. But then when you zoom out again, you realize that, oh, this shit just happens all the time to everybody.
Bro,
like this is not special.
Outbound as a system is like, the definition of outbound is reaching out to somebody to get a response.
Yeah.
If Drake reached out to you, you'd respond.
Yeah.
So that means that outbound works. You just send out a message. If Drake reached out to you and you respond, you know that outbound works. So if it doesn't work, then that's on you. The only, like, all outbound comes down to the messenger not being attractive enough to the prospect. And people think that outbound doesn't work. Yeah, because you don't have a profile picture. Like, how do you expect somebody to respond to your message if you don't have anything of value to provide to them? The least you can do to a prospect that you're reaching out to, that you're trying to get their attention, is to provide some free value before you start selling something. If you don't have free value to provide to your prospect, how do you expect them to get paid value out of it? It doesn't make sense.
Absolutely, I agree like 100% with that. And what I think as well is like, it's always that kind of like, give first and then you receive. Like it's just that like
you get what you give.
One thing I think about a lot when I think about, and when I explain this to people as well, it's like, as with the Drake example, like one I usually take with like the business owners, like Iman Ghazi as well. Like if Iman Ghazi DM'd you, you'd respond. And like not only that, but like if Iman Ghazi tried to sell you something, you'd probably like hop on a call with him at least. Like, because it's not just about like him as a person, but it's like his framing of his offer is so good, and like just the amount of value he's given everybody in the space over the years is just immeasurable. Like you can't really measure that. Like we've been talking about with all the boys here, and like everybody says like, yeah, why, like what was the first thing, like why did you get into business? And almost everybody says they watched Iman Ghazi. It's like he's given so many people value over the years that like he can really just sell anybody on anything. And that's why right now what he does, everything he does turns to gold, because like everybody's just has that kind of thing where he's just given everybody so much value that people just want to buy from him. Like you can't really explain it, you know? Yeah. It's just like you just want to do it, and like that's so. You just really have to kind of work towards building something like that as well. Just like a value equation where you give people so much value that they can't say no to when you actually ask them or something.
Exactly. And so to, I guess, like touch on that as well, like from my experience, because I don't necessarily do outbound that much, right? Even running ads, and the reason why people don't get results, no matter what they're doing, is literally because they don't provide enough value up front, or they don't have a good offer. That's all it is, right? Or it's how they position themselves, how they position the offer. Like he said, if Drake reaches out to you, you're going to respond just because he's Drake, because he's of value, right? And you know he has some sort of brand for himself. When you're running ads, when you're creating content, literally all you have to do is hook people in with either value or a good offer. It's either one of those, and usually those two are one and the same thing. Like if I offered you $1 million to speak to me, you would say yes to speak to me, right? But if I said, hey, can you speak to me for free? Most likely you wouldn't speak to me at all, right? And so it's literally just how you position it, and then what you're actually offering on the front end. Because like running ads is literally just putting up an offer and getting people to come to you. You're paying an advertising platform to do outreach for you. That's literally all it is, right? It's the same thing. It's not, you know, anything crazy different. You're just paying for attention now and getting a certain result faster, as long as you have, you know, a dialed-in process. So it doesn't just apply to outbound. It can be content, it can be ads as well. But especially with outbound, like, because I receive messages from a lot of people, and
We all do.
yeah, like we all do, right? And what I want to say yes to some people, right? But it comes down to, like, have you pitched me well enough? Like, if people pitch me, like, I kind of wish people would pitch me better, because I want to respond to these things and say yes. Like, I genuinely want to. Like, you get appointment setters reaching out to you, like, saying, hey, I'll set appointments for you. But I'm like, can you actually give me a good offer that I want? Like, even if you don't have the experience, can you just offer me something that I want, and then maybe let's talk about it and figure things out, right? Like, it literally on the front end is, can you offer something of value that somebody wants?
Yeah, to be honest, when I think about it with cold outbound, and this also comes down to taking your own advice. Like, the only I get minimum 5 people a day reaching out to me on Instagram, trying to sell me something, and the only I answered like maybe 10% of them, probably 5% of them. Like, it's close to zero. I almost respond to nobody, and I respond to some people because I think that they've done a great job. Otherwise, I don't respond. And the only reason I would ever respond to somebody is their profile. I don't even look at what they're writing. Like, the offer, nothing. I don't care about that. The only reason I would ever respond to somebody is, can I trust you as a person because you put up content on your profile? That's the only reason I would ever respond to somebody. And when you think of it that way, like, take this as some advice for you guys listening that's probably doing cold outbound. Take this from somebody that's very likely that I am in a situation in my business that you aspire to be in. And all of us are. Like, take that from somebody. If you want to reach out to somebody, the only reason I would ever respond to you is, what does your profile look like?
Absolutely, bro.
Like, I don't care about you could write yo. Like, we know this, for example. Like, people have literally reached out to us, said yo.
Yeah,
and they've had a good
responded.
profile.
Yeah.
I see that people follow them, and that's not necessary, by the way, but they have a good profile.
Yeah.
I know they have free value to provide. I respond to them.
Yeah.
Then have people writing like a full-on personalized message, but you have no profile picture, you don't explain or communicate your offer in your bio, you don't have any content whatsoever. I just leave that and put it in the bin.
Absolutely. And like that's the thing, like, as we've talked about a lot with Andre and Quentin, like the past week on the retreat, like, everybody's trying to, like, major in the minors. Everybody's trying to find the perfect outreach message. Everybody's trying to find, you know, the secret way, like this method with Looms, or this method with messaging, or this method this and that. But like, it's not that. Like, you just have to frame yourself as a person that's worth responding to. That's really all it is to it. Like, that's literally 80% of outbound. Like, literally, like, the reason, like, that like I get a lot of good responses on my outbound, for example, is not because that, you know, my outreach message is fucking perfect, bro. Like, I don't even know if it's good. Like, I have no idea, bro. I just send something, but I know that my accounts are optimized. They look good. They look professional. I provide value on them, and people can see, like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's talking about, and he's got, you know, people follow him. He's got some followers. He's followed by a couple of people. Like, this guy is probably legit. He probably does something good, and then people respond to me. Like, that's really all there is to it. And like, it's so true what you just said. Like, I have responded to more people who've just DM me one word than I've responded to people who have actually sent like a proper outreach message. Like, the chance that I actually respond to like a proper outreach message is close to zero. I think I've responded to like 2 of those in my life.
Yeah, I think the difference is, like, when you get a proper outreach message, you know they're trying to pitch you something. But when they send you just a word, it's just like a person trying to connect with you. That's the difference. And then once you get the response, then they can pitch you, right? But like, they have a good looking profile first. They just message you. You know, you want to actually connect with that person. And so Ore just joined us here, but I want to quickly get Ore's thoughts on everything and, you know, the whole outbound thing, because he does it slightly different. He does LinkedIn outreach, which is kind of kind of a different story, right? Because these guys do Instagram outreach, Ore does LinkedIn, which is like more B2B rather than B2C technically, right? So I'd love to hear like what you think of outbound and how, like what you've heard from what we've talked about so far applies to you.
I actually walked in at the perfect time because like what Sebastian was saying is just like spot on, because it's really just personal brand. Like people reply to people who they think are high value. Like if you have 0 followers, no profile pic, empty, it's just empty, they're not going to reply you. And I'll give you an example. So right now we do outreach on LinkedIn with my business partner's account. The reason why it works, which I always knew, but it even became more clear recently, is because she has recommendations. Like we optimize for recommendation. LinkedIn is different from Instagram, first of all. So recommendations are like your case studies. They're like having Trustpilot reviews, but on your actual profile, your featured posts, case studies, things like that. So they can say that, oh, okay, like this is a real person who has worked with other people. They may not know whether they want to pitch you, or whether you want to pitch them, or what your main aim is, but you look cool, you look like you get results, you look like you're an authority figure yourself. So they just get curious about the fact that you're reaching out to them. Now, recently we wanted to get an extra outbound account, our closest LinkedIn account, and like she was starting from complete zero. So when we started messaging people, no responses, because it was the same freaking message we were using, but nobody was replying, and that was because it was an empty profile. Now we changed up a few things. We had put up like three posts and pinned it. It's like pinned posts on Instagram, and these posts were just about like her personal journey to bring like a human feel to it, and also got like 1 or 2 clients to give a recommendation on that profile, and then we connected with like low quality people just to build up following, right? So it didn't even have to be like a high number of followers, just like 200, 300 followers on there, and then suddenly responses start coming because she looked like a real person all of a sudden.
It comes down to social proof, hey?
Yeah.
So like having a brand, a personal brand, and some sort of social proof just to show that other people are also investing in this, care about this, like this, any of that. And I think that's like what we're all realizing. And the reason why we're even making a video like this, like without these kind of videos, no one would even know about us, right? But now the fact that we are on camera, we're going to post this, you guys watching this will know about us and start to maybe even like us, right? If we did a good enough job. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. I just wanted to tap in on the social proof thing as well, because like that's one of the things I struggled with a lot myself. Like, because I ran into that, especially when I ran my old offer, like, just with people wanting to have like, case studies and testimonials and social proof. Like, if you're a beginner and if you're just starting out, like, social proof is so much more than just having, good case studies or testimonials. Like, you didn't even have to have that. Like, if you have no clients, if you're doing nothing, like, the thing you should lead with is, like, you should lead with value, and you should lead with, like, what we're doing right now, like, being in this house, driving these cars. This is also social proof. This just shows, like, we do what we actually do things. We actually are somebody, And like, also the value thing is such a big thing, as you talked about. We're just like creating posts, looking like a human, and also like giving value. Because when you give value, you also show like, okay, I actually know a thing or two. Like I'm not just somebody. I'm not just a plain account. Like I am a person. I know stuff. I am actually doing something, and like that's in most times that's going to be enough. Now, if you have good case studies, good testimonials, that's always a bonus. But like you don't have to have that.
Yeah. I was gonna say as well about Ore, like, that this guy knows what he's doing because he is operating within the market of LinkedIn, and so if you go on his Instagram profile, you see that that's not where you're operating mainly, not yet at least.
Yeah.
But if you go on your LinkedIn, you see that's an incredibly like optimized and professional profile, and so you just know where to position yourself as an authority. If you know that your market operates on LinkedIn, then you're gonna do a great job of positioning yourself the right way and communicating you as a business owner, you as a person, but also your offer the right way for you to connect and relate with the prospects that you're trying to attract. I know a lot of people that are like go heavy on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter based on where their market is and where their ideal customer profile is being. And then you can go on their Instagram, you have like they have like a private Instagram with 200 followers.
Yeah.
It's just because they
Yeah.
It's just
Perfect
because-
example.
It's just because
Perfect
these, it's just because these people know where to put their time and effort into.
Yeah.
It's as simple as it is.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. Let me just add on to like the topic of social proof, because like Jonathan was saying earlier, when you're a beginner, you may be wondering, well, I don't have, you know, a case study of someone making 30K a month or something, you know, that you can leverage. But the thing is, one thing I've learned is that social proof is in so many different forms.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be results.
It really is.
Like just if you're a student of some sort of program, let's say you're in a mentorship program, just take a freaking screenshot of the Zoom call. That's social proof. The fact that you're on a call with 10, 20 other entrepreneurs, that's social proof. People just want to know that you're not some loser in your basement creating an offer for them. They want to know the fact that, okay, this is someone who's intelligent, or someone who, you know, is working on himself, which means you're not trying to scam me. They're just afraid of being scammed.
Yeah.
And so if you can show social proof by association, by, you know, being on some of these calls, meeting other people, or maybe even just something that you've done. It doesn't even have to be like in the business space. It could be that you ran 5 kilometers and, you know, you won some sort of like plastic award. You just show it.
Yeah, and that's if I can just jump in there. I saw a video of that, and it's so funny you say that with like the 5K run, because like I saw a video of that, and it was a guy talking about he was creating a startup, like a software startup, and he was trying to raise money, and like they were on their last kind of like months of cash, and they were just burning through, and they weren't getting anywhere. And then they had a meeting with a Chinese investor who didn't understand English, like they couldn't speak with him. And they got on the meeting and they tried to like show him their offer, but he didn't really understand them and stuff like that. And then the Chinese investor was like a billionaire. He saw that one of the guys that were pitching had a black eye, and he asked him, "Are you a fighter?" And he said yes. And he invested in him just because he was a fighter and he did martial arts. Because it was like, yeah, I know this guy does something that I can align with. He's a fighter. He does martial arts. So like, and he just invested in them because of that. So like, social proof can be so much more than having good like testimonials or case studies or anything like that. And I think that results-based social proof is more for you than for the client, because like what that gives you is just, it gives you conviction in yourself that you can actually do what you say you can do. But you can train your brain, and you can get that without having those case studies. And like they just want to see that you're 100% convinced that you can actually get them the results that you say that you're gonna do. And that's why, like, I think Ryan Stratton says that like sales is just a transfer of enthusiasm.
Can I just
you want to transfer
jump
your
in quickly?
enthusiasm from you to them. So
I just want to say this quickly as well for you guys that are watching this. Most of you may aspire to build something great on the internet, and you see the potential of online business and providing an offer to the market. I just want to say, I met this guy for the first time 2 days ago, and Ore is from Nigeria, where the minimum wage is $45 a month. That's the minimum wage, and that's aspirational. A month, $45 a month, and that's aspirational where he comes from.
Yeah.
And you were saying you studied for a long time to become a doctor, where after that education and many years of studies, it would come out to making about maybe $800 a month.
Yeah.
That's aspirational. That's a good wage where he's from. Then you found the internet. You connected with Ethan through a program. You found all of these people, and then you made the most you made is $57,000 in 15 days.
Yeah.
Is what this guy has
Insane.
made through the internet. Finding the right people, connecting with people that does the same thing, changing your paradigm of what's possible. If he would have relied, and that's the same for me, even though I haven't made as big of a jump as this guy, my home country as well, if I were to relate to what the people are making and believe that making 3 to 5K a month is good money, where some people, yes, you can sustain your life on that, but if I actually were to rely on what those people are making, then I would get comfortable. But instead I said, fuck that, I want to go for something bigger. And this guy, like, just to put that into perspective, if you relate the minimum wage in Nigeria to what he is making, that would, in 15 days, in half a month, 2 weeks, if you would relate that to me, what the minimum wage is in Stockholm, where I'm from, it would relate that to how big of a jump I made, like how much money I'm making. That would be $4 million a month. That's how big of a jump this guy made. Just because he found the internet, he understands that people, qualified business owners have a problem, and he can position himself as the solution to that problem and charge 12K, 18K.
Yeah.
Like, how many clients did you take on when you made 57K?
It was about 4 clients.
4 clients. 4
Right.
fucking clients.
Right, because we had one who paid us 18K, another one 15K, then I think it was about 2 people, 12K. Right, do the math. It should lead you to 57K. But it's like, one thing I just want to point out for everyone is the reason why I was able to do that, coming from where I'm coming from, is because I invested in myself.
Yes.
It's like I had to enter the right rooms to brainwash myself out of my environment.
Yeah.
Because the kind of things around me, like at the time I made that happen, I was living with my parents and they were going through a divorce. Not just the fact that I was in Nigeria, I was actually in a troubled home in Nigeria. And so investing in mentorships and programs got me out of that environment, because I started seeing myself in a different light, because I was relating with people who did not have the problems that I had. And so I started to pretend to be them. Because I was pretending to be like them, I started living the life that they were living.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, can you guys just imagine like the percentage chance that this guy should be sitting here right now? Like, can you imagine how low that is? It is insane. And like, he's just like, I think, or he's such a good testament to the fact that like anybody can really do it, like if they really want it enough. And like, yeah, there's just no excuses really. You just like, if you really want it, that's really gonna show in the work you put in. Cause like,
I just want you guys to walk away from this video with inspiration and the belief that you can do it too. Because this guy is from a country where the minimum wage is $45 a month, and he made $57,000 in 15 days. I'm 18 years old. I'm still on paper. I'm still in high school, and last week I made $20,000 as an 18-year-old. And so it should just be a testament to this internet and being able to capitalize on what's happening with the internet and the technology that's been put out over the past decade. If you capitalize on it at the right time, which is now, is the right time, then you can make so much money and you can create such a great life for yourself. And this should just be a testament to that. So
This shouldn't be possible, but it is. If you really believe in it and then you really just take action. Like, I look at this guy and I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, how? But like, I understand how, because we've all done it. Not to the level he has so far, but like, it's all possible. Like, he can do it, we can do it, everybody else out there can do it as well. It's just, what do you want? Do you believe you can achieve it? And then you take the action steps to go and achieve it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. And it's like, I just want to end on it because like this is something that I have been struggling so much with, and it's something I talked with Quentin about. It's just like you, in your position right now, as you just said, you can, like, anybody can do this. Anybody can be here where we are right now. Like, all people in the world could probably do it if they wanted to. And the thing you just have to do is like, you just have to, as we talked about this whole time, like, you have to take action. You have to do something. You have to believe that you can actually achieve it, which all of us should be a testament to, that you actually can do it. And then you just need to get rid of all the preconceived notions you have about success. Like, you're not gonna know what you're doing. You're not gonna know anything really. You just have to take the first step, and from there on out, every step is gonna get easier. And that's just really what you have to do. And then, in 6 months, you can be sitting here with us.
That's it.
I
think that's pretty much it. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for now. We'll make another one. Peace.
Yo.
Bro, actually, though, like, on a real note, bro, you're such a fucking inspiration. It's crazy, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Honestly, bro.